This is asking us to work backwards and try to find an angle. So we're trying to find theta between 0 and 360, so just one time around the circle, every time sine is negative radical 3 over 2. So if we think about like our all students take calculus, how many times is sine negative when we go around the circle? 2. So I'm going to get 2 answers. It's positive in quadrants 1 and 2, so I will have an answer for quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Okay, reference angle. So now we're back to our hand trick. When is sine radical 3 over 2? 60. So now we just have to give our actual answers. In quadrant 3, if my reference angle is 60, you're telling me what the actual angle is. So from here to here is 180 plus another 60. In quadrant 4, if the reference angle is 60, we just need this part, so we know all the way around is 360. And so those are the answers. All right, so for this one, I'm not sure about you, but it is easier for me to think about like sine, cosine, tangent. So what I would do first, secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So that means cosine has to be the reciprocal of 1/2, so cosine has to be 2. Now, when I do my hand trick, cosine is the square root of the bottom over 2. And I never get, 1 is the biggest thing we get. Remember when we talked about cosine, we said it can only be things between -1 and 1? So is it possible to equal 2? No, so this is just a no solution. Let's see. Cotangent is radical 3. So quadrants, we need to know, well actually, let's back up. I don't like thinking about cotangent. Let's do tangent. So tangent is the reciprocal. So the reciprocal is 1 over the square root of 3, or radical 3 over 3. All right. When is tangent equal to a positive number? And there should be one other time. Yes, so we'll have 2 answers. Reference angle, we are asking ourselves, when is tangent radical 3 over 3? So tangent of 0 is 0. At 30, it's radical 1 over radical 3, which is radical 3 over 3, so that's 30 degrees. In quadrant 1, your reference angle and your angle are the same, so it's just 30 degrees. In quadrant 3, if this is 30, 180 plus 30, 210. And those are the answers. Any questions there? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the second section, but I promise it is short and sweet. Just a couple examples. I just want to teach you, we've only done like the special angles, the 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, but there's a lot of other angles. And so if I need to find the sine of 22 degrees, I don't have that memorized, and I'm not asking you to. That's where we're going to use our calculator for anything outside of those common angles. A couple words of warning. Your calculator has two different modes, degrees and radians. We have not learned about radians yet, so we need to be in degree mode. To check that, you're going to push the mode button. It's right next to the blue second button. And third line down, there's radians and there's degrees. Make sure degree is highlighted, and then you can just clear out of it. So if you're using my calculators, I would check that every time because it does get switched frequently. Second thing, you'll notice we have trig buttons, sine, cosine, and tangent. We don't have secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Those are the reciprocals. Right above it, you've got that sine -1, cosine -1, tangent -1. Those are not the reciprocals. Those are the inverses, finding a missing angle. So be careful when you're using those. All right, so we're just going to practice typing these in and make sure we can. So if I want the tangent of 68 degrees, 43 minutes. So we push the tangent button. When you push it, it opens a parenthesis, so we'll have to close it later. My suggestion, there's a way to get to minutes and seconds, but it's kind of annoying to get to. So just do it like we did when we changed it to decimals. We just did like 68 plus 43 over 60. So I'm just going to type that whole thing in at once. 2.5671. B. I want cosine of 193.622. Get negative 0.9719. Okay, cosecant. I do not have a cosecant button. So in order to type this in, I have to change it to one of the functions we already have. Cosecant is the same thing as 1 over sine. So I'm going to type it in as 1 divided by the sine, 35.847. So how would I type in secant?
Take 1 divided by cosine.
Good. Now this one is a little bit tricky because of the negative. You have two options. You can do the negative and then another parenthesis where we do the degrees and minutes, or you could just recognize that negative goes to both the degrees and the minutes. So they're saying both of them are negative, so negative 0.3 minus 27 over 60.
I figured it out.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
The last ones are when we are using our calculator to find the angle. That's when we do those inverse buttons. So the only way you move the function away from the angle is to do this inverse. So we're going to say cosine to the negative 1. My directions say find the angle between 0 and 90 because that's what our calculator will give us by default. So we don't have to do anything special there. So we have to do second cosine. I must have to check. So 22.8 and then 9 repeating, so 22.9 degrees. Right? Last one. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. We do not have a cotangent inverse button on our calculator. So before I do anything, I have to rewrite it in terms of tangent. So that means tangent is 1 over this thing. So then if I'm finding my angle, I need to do tangent inverse. So first you have to rewrite it with the tangent, then you can do the tangent inverse. So we get 34.6543 degrees. So when we do that inverse, we're getting an angle, so that's always in degrees. Any questions about this? Okay, so you have those problems from yesterday. Here's just a few calculator problems that we're adding to that assignment, and then I'm done. You have the rest of the time to work on those.